what kinds of things are you having to put on your shoulders now? I know that in the spring you said that you were trying to become more of a leader, but what else are you kind of trying to take on right now to step up to fill in some of those gaps?
Uh, just really trying to just continue my goal from the spring, just be more of a leader. We got new dudes here, so as you know, we run two tight ends. We got to transfer Anthony, so he's going to be a big product of our offense. So I'll try to get him on board as fast as we can, and just personally, just trying to stay healthy and do what I can do on the field, and off the field. Trying to just keep everybody motivated, focus on one goal. So.
Coach actually talked about that. He said that this is really the first offseason that you've been able to have since you got here, where you're able to actually focus on getting bigger. How did this offseason go for you, and what was it like to actually be healthy enough to focus on that?
It actually is my best one yet. Staying healthy in the weight room, not having to do no type of rehab. I can just lift what I want to. Do things on my own. Did some speed things with Travis. So that definitely helped out. Got me faster. But just overall, my body feels good. I feel 100% for once going into camp, and as of right now, I'm still 100%. Looking to stay that way throughout the season. So.
Okay. Now, when I look at you, I think of you as like a receiving tight end. I heard that you've actually had to work a little bit on your receiving skills since you've got to Ohio. Can you just talk a little bit about your growth as a receiver since you got here?
Well, it's been a process. Coach Dixon, staying after practice with him, because it's different here from my high school. Usually I was down, I wasn't split out as much, but now the tight ends are running receiver routes, and we still have to do our down position. So I had to adapt pretty quick, and just try to stay focused and make sure I'm still in the loop. So.
Talk a little bit about the loss of Roback and Knight for this season. They're both hurt, basically done for the season altogether. I think Roback's done entirely. Yeah. So just talk a little bit about the impact of losing those two guys.
It's big. There's only two dudes, as far as last year with experience. When Jordan went down, if I wasn't in the game, one of those two were in. Now it's like it's a whole new group. Now I'm in the game, so it's definitely a big part. It's a lot of they know more. They know what to expect going on the field. Some of the dudes now don't know what to expect. They're still making that transition. That's why Anthony coming in is definitely a big part. Because he's played at a higher level and he's had game experience before. So it's gonna be fun.
Talk a little bit about Anthony. What's he been like to practice with so far? What are you seeing out of him?
From what everybody calls us twins, they don't they don't know. The only thing they know the difference is the numbers. That's it. But other than that, he's been good to work with. He's consistent. It's easier. It makes my job easier if I'm out there with him. He wants to learn. He seems like he's picking up the plays really fast. I think it's gonna be a fun season, especially working with him.
Okay, now everything that I've read about him was that he was primarily like a blocking tight end at NC State.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about his skill set? Has he shown some promise as a receiving tight end as well?
Yeah, throughout the summer, after workouts, me, him, and Tettleton, a couple receivers come out here, and I showed him the route slowly on what to do. And it seems like he knows what he wants to run around. He doesn't want to just block. And upon him coming here, I told him, we run more receiving routes, so you can get ready for that. His routes look good, so he seems like he can move a little bit too.
And then you got a couple young guys, Troy and Mason. How are they looking so far? Especially since you've taken on this leadership role, have you taken them under your wing a little bit?
Yeah, I tried to. Coach gets us confused in me. He says Troy, and then we don't know which one he responded to. So both of them are good dudes. Definitely got good size on them. I can't wait to see what they're going to be like in the future. They both want to learn, try to do the right thing. They ask questions all the time, and we help them out. Of course, they come in and not always going to be right. So, but other than that, they're good dudes.
Do you see both of them being able to contribute a lot this season, or do you see more of this as being like a learning year for both of them?
I would say more of a learning year, but God willing, anything happen, they'd have to step up. So we try to stay on them as much as like they're gonna play, because it can happen anytime.
All right, and then Louisville game. A lot of attention gets paid to their offense, but their defense is pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what that's like going in week one, second season in a row that you're going into a high-profile season opening game on the road. What are you doing personally to prepare for that challenge to go into Louisville and face the number 9 team in the nation?
Just trying to visualize, imagine every day on that practice field that the dude across from me is not only my teammate, but he's somebody from Louisville, just like as far as Penn State. Just trying to mentally prepare myself for the atmosphere. Watching film on my own, trying to do things, see little different things that each defensive end does, maybe he does this or he did something that way, so I have to just try to adapt, play my cards right.
And then just as a team overall, what kind of things, is Coach Solich and the other coaches getting you guys to do to mentally prepare you, physically prepare you to go in there week one and, get the job done, basically?
They're pushing us, We got that, giving us that extra drive that we need, on the practice field. There's not a lot of breaks, If we're going to a different station, we have to run. If we don't run, then we're going to hear about it, Just like a Louisville game. We're getting a fast tempo. Just like Penn State, we got a fast tempo. We don't want to slow down. We want to keep pushing, so I think it'll be good.
And then talk about your personal goals this season. What are the kind of things that you want to achieve this year?
I want to, stay healthy, first and foremost, and just play my role. Do what I have to do for the team. Hopefully make some big plays when I'm needed to, and just try to stay consistent throughout each and every game. Try to get looked at. So.
And then as a unit, you're basically the leader of the tight end group. What kind of goals are you setting? Are you guys all setting for yourselves as a unit?
We just want to, we don't want to get left out in the offense. We want to definitely be seen, be noticed. We're a big part of this team, and we know that the coaches tell us that, so we don't want to let them down. As far as we don't let our teammates down, and we don't want to let the school down. So, we feel our role is something we have to take upon.